Hello, my name is Het and I have a thrifting problem. Hey, and welcome to my first thrift haul in 2018. I haven't made one in quite a while, and this is why I'm doing it now. This one is long overdue, so just let's get started. I haven't made out any kind of order so far, so we'll just jump right in and then we'll see what I got this last month. This one is the thrift haul for January, not the one for February, which I will hopefully make not in the middle of March. Anyway, okay, let's start with this. I might have a tiny little tin problem, because I love to bring home tins, and I believe in biscuits is probably one of the best things that you can write on a biscuit tin. I'd like to say that I got this at the annual Fairies bake sale, but I didn't, because they didn't have any left when I got there. Okay, who am I kidding? I'm too shy and too much of a homebody to actually go out to a bake sale, fairy or not. Staying with the cookie theme, I got a vintage Leibniz cakes tin. Leibniz is one of the biggest and most widely known German cookie factories, and it comes from Hanover, where I live, and cakes actually derives from the English word cake, because it's a small cake, a very dry small cake. And I also found this, which is a beautiful Balsen Leibniz cakes thingy. The business is actually called Balsen, not Leibniz, but it's known as Leibniz cakes, especially these thingies. So yeah, this is a commemorative turn of the century reproduction, and I absolutely adore old ads, especially from the turn of the century. And I will probably keep either my makeup or some of my art stuff in here. And also I like tins for loose tea, or just tea bags, because I don't like them in those paper boxes they come in, because sooner or later they get really ratty, and I like to just put my tea bags into tins before that can happen. And because I started in one of the tins, I'm going to show you the jewelry stuff now, so I can just put that away and don't have it lying around on my lap while I record this video. So first we have this fan pin. It is made of plastic, probably, I'd say 80s? Probably 80s material. It's slightly translucent, which you can't see really well right now. And it's still on the original cardboard thingy, so it's never been worn. And from a similar material I have this shell. It has a few spots, but I can probably clean it up, and it has a weird little bit of shine to it, like actual shells do, but it's also made of this lightweight plastic, and probably also from, I'd say, somewhere around the early 80s. Actually, I don't collect stuff for their age or something like that. I just buy stuff that I like. It's just an approximation, just me trying to guess, ouch, from whence this came. I actually like animal pins. I don't really collect the new ones yet, because most of the time I'm just too lazy to order stuff online. But all in all, I just like pins because they're funny and they're tiny details that you can put somewhere on your clothing or your backpack or stuff like that. Oh yeah, this is the last pin. Is these drumsticks, also animal, slightly metallic, and I got these because they reminded me of Amanda from Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, who plays the drums and actually has the nickname Drummer. So they reminded me of her, and she's pretty badass and awesome and overcomes a lot of her problems. So yeah, I think there are worse fictional characters to carry a badge for. If you watch more of my videos, if you watch my vlogs, you might have noticed that I usually only wear one earring. This is because I just can't be bothered to put another one in. I used to have another one of these tiny rings that I just put in the other ear and didn't take out, but sometimes I wanted to put a stud in, and then at some point I just forgot to take the little ring back in, so I didn't bother anymore. Also, it looks a little bit pirate-ish, so I like that. But that means that in turn I can just buy single earrings that nobody else would buy because they don't have a counterpart to fit them. Because I only wear different earrings, I don't like wearing the same earrings on both sides. And this one was a lucky find that I really liked. I like how tarnished the metal is actually, and it's really big. I usually don't wear big earrings, but this one is pretty cool. And then there was this thing that probably belonged to a mermaid princess once. Well, actually, judging from the fact that it's not real gold and... Well, judging from the fact that it's not real gold, it's probably not a mermaid princess, but a mermaid princess wannabe. So that's perfectly fine with me. And I always take things from merfolk. So here we go. It's this super cute tiny pendant with a pearl in the middle, and it's shaped like a mussel. Not quite sure what I'm doing with it, whether I'm just putting it on a normal leather ribbon or on a string of pearls. Ooh, more LARP stuff! I totally forgot about that one, I must admit. So once upon a time there was a princess, and she used to make fun of commoners and just obstruct them in their business, because she never knew how it was to actually work. And because her governess and her parents got really fed up with that, they made her embroider some lowly peasant fabric to make actually the more sumptuous fabrics and glittering embellishments that she used to wear. And some of these pieces that she made, because she actually gave up after, I don't know, I think 7 squares or something like that, and some of these pieces actually made their way into my favorite thrift shop. And I'm going to use them as a belt for one of my upcoming love characters. So here we go. It's actually I think it might be cotton satin with a beautiful embroidery on it. I have 2 of these, and I also have a piece with a bird on it, which is perfect because the character that I'm planning will probably be either associated with birds or with insects, and we have, I guess that's supposed to be a butterfly. So it's going to be perfect for a broad obi style belt for this character. Another thing that was quite fairy tale-ish was to find these napkin rings with stamped out stars, probably from the people who actually stamp out stars and then shoot them up in the sky so they become real stars, for I think 25 cents each? No, 20 cents each. That was around Christmas, so this is actually not January, but who actually cares, because these are beautiful. I'm not quite sure what I'll use them for. I'll have to make up something because we don't use napkins and thus we don't need napkin rings, but they were too beautiful to not take with me, not for that price really. So some of you might, from an unboxing of a parcel I once got from my friend Vodinium, might know that I am a big fan of Holly Hobby and Sarah Kay. And while she once sent me a set of bed sheets with a Sarah Kay motif that I actually made pajamas out, and they are adorable and I haven't taken photos of them yet. This time I found at my thrift shop a towel with a Holly Hobbie design on it, on a rocking horse. I absolutely adore this aesthetic because it's so prairie style, 70s settler revival, whatever. I absolutely adore this. So I'm really always very glad to find things from there. This is so going into my collection, and the writing above those kids says gemeinsame Freude ist doppelte Freude, which means shared happiness is double happiness. Which is nice, given that the little boy will probably fall off because she's way too fierce in her riding into battle. I hope so, at least. So this little treasure used to be the house of an alchemist. The whole thing, including the people in it, got shrunk in a freak accident when one of the former pupils of the guy barged in screaming, "Oh, I finally found the solution for a problem that has been lost to time. Probably something to do with making gold out of lead." Isn't that always? And yeah, well, the story goes that they founded a civilization of people in flower pots. So this is why this beauty that somehow also made its way into my thrift shop will be put in a large flower pot on my balcony once springtime comes around. So maybe the people can find it again and set up an alchemist shop inside it again. That would be really great. Keeping it with the botanical stuff, this one was a real lucky find in the open bookshelf next to my work. So you might know by now that I work at the farmers market, and oh god, I just love the smell of old books. Oh god, I wish there was a perfume that just smells like that. And we just got in a few more wild salads that are usually perceived as weeds, and this is a book on wild, yeah, it says wild vegetables, and wild fruit, and also plants for infusions. So incredibly lucky find, especially because I found it the day we got, I think it was Celaria Media at work. So I was really happy about that. And I can't wait to read through this because there are actually recipes in there for stuff from foraged plants that you can find in German woods and probably in other parts of Europe too, but you can actually find in the wild here. So super excited about that one. Another smooth transgression to the next item would be books, because I actually found books that are now sticking. Because I removed some of the protective covers because these used to belong to a library, and it's 3 English, which is important because I'm German and you usually don't find these in the thrift shop. 3 English books of the Beatrix Potter books, and I absolutely love them. I got my first Beatrix Potter book, which was Peter Rabbit, when I was, I think, 5-ish. They're not as much of classic here as they are in England and probably the rest of the Anglophone world, but I absolutely adore the style of Beatrix Potter. I mean, look at the beautiful illustrations. And as someone who draws, I really appreciate her work, and I also love that she was a mycologist because I love mushrooms or fungi. And I'm kind of sad actually that she never got famous as a of natural science. So I was really pleased to find these for 80 cents a piece. I still have to rub them with alcohol so the stickiness goes away, but I didn't want the signature to be there still, so I took that off and now they're sticky. Anyway, so there was this baron, and he was a really not so great fella, and he used to just, you know, torment people, rob them of their money, put them in cages, display them on the marketplace, all the stuff. And he also had his court magician or court sorcerer, probably a sorcerer, judging from the sigils. So he had his court sorcerer enchant people to do his every bidding, to actually give him their last slice of pizza, stuff like that. And at some point a rebel band of six vigilantes took it upon them to actually overthrow them. One of them was the sister of the Baron, actually, but she was disinherited through a political whatever thing by him, so she actually got together with a few other people and they tried to overthrow him, but sadly their plans got intercepted. There is rumor that one of them was a mole and therefore just betrayed the others, but we don't really know. So the sorcerer bent all of them into animal form, and after that didn't work out, he bent them onto parchments. And I actually stumbled upon these parchments. I mean, look at these super intricate sigils, it's beautiful. So we have the scheming sister of the Baron, who actually worked as an alchemist. You can see her tools over here, and she was turned into a spider. We have the wise crone of undetermined gender, who was her mentor and got turned into a raven. We got a very, very valiant weaver who got turned into a rat and apparently practiced voodoo as well, or something like that. These puppet magic stuff. And we also have the ex-lover, the jilted ex-lover of the wizard, who sadly was a novelist and not a magician, as this card implies. And then, well, there was the issue of that extremely good-looking guy who got turned into a golden bird, and his ex-girlfriend who got turned into a snake, and that really wasn't a good idea to keep these two with each other. And then this happened. The original parchment of the snake is lost. So I have already an idea where to put these. So my camera is telling me that I don't have much battery left, but I still hope to get these through, because I actually bought cutlery. I love buying cutlery. Sorry to my boyfriend, actually, who has to put up with that stuff. I really like this salad spoon and fork set, and I will probably just use them for props for pictures, because we already have a set and that's kind of more useful than this one. Anyway, they're awesome. I'm always a sucker for silverware, and bigger silverware that looks just the same. So we have basically a well, squirrel, sword and short sword. You could just call it a knife and a smaller knife. Yeah, but that would be less fun. And I have this beautiful, beautiful fork with a mother of pearl hand. So my camera batteries ran out. But anyway, I want to finish this, so here are my last two things for this thrift haul. So the second to last thing is this beautiful plate. Ooh, you can see my ring light. This beautiful plate, including a bumblebee and wild roses. Rosa canina are one of my absolute favorite flowers ever. Where my mom lives, right behind the garden, there are huge hedges full of wild roses, and this is partially where my name comes from. So yeah, big fan. And I absolutely love bumblebees because they're fluffy and they're kind of fat and they're adorable, and I wish I had this size one as a pet. Last but definitely not least, there are these moments when you know that the thrifting gods have smiled upon you to have this thing that I usually call a thrift find of the month, but that actually just doesn't cut it this time because the thing that I found, this one I was led to by a storyteller spirit who exchanged this thing for a story thing from my childhood, which was fairly cheap actually. So yeah, but before I ramble on too much about this thing, here it is. It is a beautiful cardinal red. I have no idea if you can see that. Burnt velvet coat. I'm absolutely love-struck actually, because this is... I didn't know that this was what I was searching for, but it was, and I absolutely love the cut. I'm going to reconstruct this and the pattern for this to make a lark coat because it's just beautiful. So thank you for watching my first thrift haul this year. I hope you liked it. Tell me what you liked the most down in the comments. If you like my thrift hauls, feel free to subscribe or like me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter or stuff like that. Thank you so much for watching. I absolutely love you for that. And you will probably see me next time because I can't see you because I'm talking to a camera. Anyway, bye.